to the Business Hub.
It started as acting.
Hello viewers, how are you all doing? My name is Ukela Prince and I'm thrilled to have you here today on the Business Hub show. Today I have a very special guest with me, and I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful time because her experience is going to bring a lot and a very insightful, thought-provoking, aspect of what she represents, and I'm sure that it's going to be a great time, and I'm sure you'll be glad you did watch this very episode. Now, who am I talking about? She has 15 years of experience in training. She is actually leadership, protection, and empowerment. I think that's a coach, but I don't know. She will tell us, right? So, with 15 years of experience in training, leadership, and business development, her name is Sona Sargis. She has empowered over 600 individuals to build successful careers and secure their financial future. Oops! Ladies and gentlemen, I'm thrilled to welcome Sona Sargis. Sona, how are you?
Hi, friends. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
I'm glad having you here in the Business Hub show, right here in the Black Community Canada television. So, tell me, you are looking great, and what's the secret, man?
Thank you. It's having gratitude.
Ooh.
Letting light in.
My, oh my.
Allowing to guide us. Yes.
Interesting. Going through your little brief bio, quite a lot that you are doing for the community, and I think that's interesting. You are doing so much, and I think I'm glad having you here because today I'm receiving empowerment myself.
Well, we are mere reflection. That's what we see in others.
Oh my goodness me. Okay. All right. So tell me about yourself, what you do, so let my viewers be able to identify with that. Thank you.
I'm just humble servant. We all immigrants in this country. Yes, we come with the big hopes, big dreams for better life for ourselves and our kids. I did the same thing. I'm single mom of twin daughters.
Wow.
I'm Armenian.
Wow.
I came here when I was 19, 20, and I experienced every hardship is possible. And I realized I gotta be the change I'm looking for. I gotta do it starting with myself. Experience everything and learn and unlearn and stepping in my power.
Yeah.
And once I did that, I had to share because I see so many people walking, unfortunately, in a zombie mode. Forgive me for that sentence. But they have this big dream, this beautiful light internally when they arrived here with the big hopes. And then something happened and they got scared. They let in fear. And they're walking through life so carefully. They may as well be dead, unfortunately. So I want to turn on that light. I want to remind them who they are, why they're here.
Interesting.
So the world and Canada can be a better place for all of us. Imagine if you see people and they're full of joy, full of light, how much better the energy can be all around.
That's interesting, and there's nothing as fulfilling as being a light to people and also turning people's light on where there's so much gross darkness everywhere. So interesting, so with 15 years of experience in training and leadership, I would like to know what inspired you to empower others to build successful careers. You've mentioned quite a few things on that, but I want you to just do a little emphasis on that quickly, and also to secure their financial future.
Yeah. My daughters was my biggest teachers. I look at them and I said, you can be anything and do anything.
You can be anything.
Anything. And then I looked myself in the mirror and I said, oh, I'm stupid, I'm ugly, I'm not capable. And my daughter looked at me and said,
as beautiful as you are.
But it's all mindset. Yes?
Yeah, that's mindset.
It's a darkness, and whatever we're dealing in that moment, we're too close to ourselves to see our own shadows, and we don't see the greatness others see in ourselves. So my daughter looked at me and said, why are you being so hypocrite? You are my greatest love, and you offending me when you see yourself like that means something wrong with my eyes. You are my biggest hero. I watch you and I want to be like you. And every time I want to quit and give up, I remember who's watching me. And if I want them to be happy and fulfilled, I have to fulfill that journey for myself too. Because we are God's children and He created us for bigger life. You're not born to pay bills and die.
I'm telling you.
And sometimes it's not that our limitations scare us, it's our greatness and our potential that overwhelm us, and we don't want to step in that, because then we will realize that it's up to us for us to be happy and successful.
Now, I'm looking at your experience, and I'm seeing, quite a lot. Your daughters have actually inspired you, to so many things, and that's beautiful. So, in other words, you as a leader, I want you to define, how would you define leadership? What qualities do you believe are essential for an effective leadership?
When I look in my life, my team inspire me so much because they have so much dreams. I cannot quit on them, and they keep me accountable. Sometimes it's so easy to give up on ourselves.
That's right.
But we have a hard time letting somebody else down. So as a leadership, what I see, I have to walk the walk. I have to kind of go through heartbreak, rejection, figuring out what's my power, who I am, self-love. And once I go through all of that journey and make the tough choices, then my heart expands, my wisdom expands. And then when somebody sits in front of me and I'm doing interview and they're going through not believing in themselves, not loving themselves, I can look at them and say, I've been there and this is what I did, and we can do it. Because in this journey, you have to face your shadow and you have to make that choice. And that's where you crack open. So I think leadership is taking on all of those mistakes and lessons and stepping in your power and being servant leader and empowering others to step in their real potential.
So it's not about how much power you amass. It's not just about also all the rights that you make. In other words, also learning from your wrongs, accepting when you are not right, and then making the right decisions. So
the biggest thing is, as a leader, we've been taught as a parents that we have to act strong and powerful and intimidating. Yes, what I learned, our power is in our vulnerability as well. If I'm talking to somebody, and in Canada we have a culture, I'm okay, I'm good, we're so polite, so cute, and nobody's talking about what they're really dealing with, and then you see, unfortunately, mental health is all-time right. So I, as a leader, have to be the first one to be vulnerable, and I do that with my kids, and I do that with my team, and I do that with my clients. Listen, I'm not perfect. I dealt with this, but that's not what defines me. That's not where I stay. It's where I go. I learned those lessons, and I made those mistakes, and this is the decision I made to come out of it.
That's right.
And when I share my personal struggles and everything I learned, it gives them reason to be honest with themselves and say, you know what, Sona, you're right. I'm dealing with this, and it's scary. They get validation that is okay to not be okay. And from that powerful place, they can step up and change it, because now they don't have to pretend they're strong. They don't have to pretend they got everything figured out.
Now, you are. I give it to you. I give it to you, right? So now you are also involved in protection and financial security. So, which is a very key aspect, and this is the Business Hub show, so it's important that we, say something about this. So, can you explain the importance of living benefits 100%. And income protection in today's uncertain world?
Of course.
How do you help individuals and businesses safeguard against life's uncertainties?
So, I'm holistic insurance broker, living benefits expert, and why I'm saying that way, spiritual in insurance, it's kind of conflicting words. Yes.
Yeah.
When I experienced myself coming here with the big dreams and goals, being single mom and working really hard, yes, if something happens, because this is our beautiful moneymaker, it's our temple to create. When we're in a survival mode, we cannot create. We need basic needs. We need shelter, we need food, we need clothes, we need connection. And unfortunately or fortunately, the money is the big factor in this. Yes?
That's right.
And when we don't have money and we can't feed our kids, we can't pay our bills, we cannot create. Then we give up on our dream we give up in our business. Right now, it's all-time high. 95% of business owners, unfortunately, closing their doors within first 5 years. Why? Because they put all the money in a business and they don't have a backup plan. And when they're heart of the business, which is themselves, something happens internally or externally that they're not feeling well, and the money is not coming in, but money comes out, what happens? As a man, as you provider, if you stop providing, mental health gets impacted. Divorce rate goes up. Losing the house, losing business. Yes? So living benefits, if I have to do the God's work, if I cannot prevent for people getting hurt and sick, second best time is coming in their darkest day and saying, listen, let me give you money so you can pay for your bills, rent, hire a couple people, run your business so you can heal through prayer and heal through everything. When you not worry about business and kids and house and food, can you heal yourself faster?
You know, listening to you, I can see you preferring solutions for mental health, for marriage breakups.
Everything.
Now,
Compound effect. Money affects everything.
now
Yes.
tell me, what are some common misconceptions about insurance and financial protection? How do you educate your clients to make informed decisions?
Well, we're in this beautiful country and it's full of so many resources, yes? And when I say insurance, people right away think about car insurance, group insurance, work insurance, government insurance, and it triggers them because our words are kind of like spell. We are meaning-giving machines. So when we listen the word, we remember all of those things. But the real meaning of insurance, if you learn, it's insure you get from place A to place B with a peace of mind. So if you want to have good life, have a business, make sure your kids are safe and be provider, you have to ensure you have a backup plan. So there's different type of insurance. Living benefits gives you money right away while you're alive. Because when we're alive, it's more expensive when we are dead, unfortunately or fortunately.
On that note, we'll be going on a very short, brief break. I will be coming back right soon. Guys, thank you. See you soon. All right, viewers, welcome back. This is still the Business Hub show and the Black Community Canada Television. And I still have here with me my beautiful guest, Sona. Sona, how are you doing?
Thank you so much. You make me feel very comfortable.
You are always insightful, and I'm glad to have you in the studio today. Now, you've made quite a lot of recommendations, and I think those are very key, for anyone. You brought in also a very permit me to use the word insightful angle for insurance, and I think that's so beautiful. Now, I want you to talk to me. Let me look at the industry insights and then trends. So, with over a decade of experience in the industry, so what significant changes have you observed, and how have you adapted your approach to meeting or to meet evolving needs? I would like you to also, in that light, talk to me that what emerging trends or innovations in the insurance and financial services sector that excites you.
Yeah, of course. So 95% of brokers was focusing on investment and life insurance and group insurance. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's all future focused. Yes, in 30 years you will retire, you will get money, in 50 years you will die, it's extremely important. But what about today? More and more people becoming self-employed. More and more people need money today to survive, to go on, yes, to thrive. And I noticed there is a gap. It's baby boomers are retiring next 10-20 years, which is more older population than younger population. Those people dealing with so many illnesses, unfortunately, yes, and long-term care. Less and less people dying age of 70 and 60. Back then, people was dying earlier, unfortunately. Now they're living longer lives, 80, 90, and they're outliving their retirement money. And unfortunately, government, after paying all these baby boomers, they're going to kind of get bankrupt, unfortunately, yes? So what I'm noticing, more people talking about living benefits. How can I get you paid today when you're not feeling well? Because there's two reasons why you will not work or follow your business. Either you choose not to work, and I cannot help you with that. Nobody can force you to work or create a business. Second thing is when something is wrong internally or externally, you're not feeling well. So if I can give you money, and life insurance investment is still a bill that you gotta pay. So if you can't make same amounts of money, and all of us, doesn't matter if you make 120,000, 30,000, 200,000, we are broke in different levels because we try to make our quality life equal to what we make.
That's right.
So if no money coming in and money coming out, and life insurance and investment still a bill that you gotta pay. Now if you don't make money, who you going to choose? My electricity, my child's food, or life insurance and investment? So you need that emergency foundation, that emergency cash that is not a loan, that you will get paid tax-free and you don't have to pay back. And you can do whatever you need to do to look after your kids, to look after your business, to look after your mental health. That's the trend I see is happening. People becoming more aware. Artificial intelligence becomes part of our life. We outsource our issues, our problems, but we need money to do all of that. So to be really in time and accurate, you have to outsource your problems, which one of them is emergency cash and artificial intelligence.
Interesting. So living benefits is involved in all of this.
Yeah, being alive and having the money today, now.
You've empowered over 600 individuals, over maybe 1,000, maybe 1 million, another, but at least you've done over 600 to build successful careers. That's amazing. And it's a great feat indeed. So, what's the most rewarding part of your work, and how do you measure success? Also, how do you prioritize your own professional growth and development? So, what advice would you give to those who are seeking to advance in this career, in their careers?
Yeah. So my industry is not the easiest one. It's very masculine, yes. And I had to make conscious choice to be in my feminine, compassionate energy. And I get triggered a lot from rejection. And everybody I train is mere reflection of me. And I love that because every time I get triggered, I notice that I still have something to work on and let it go and unlearn. So my biggest achievement is when somebody sits in front of me and I see so much potential, and I can see they're getting triggered, if they're worthy, if they belong, if they're good enough, if they're smart enough. And I train them to unlearn all of this and choose themselves. Once they learn their own power, once they can face other person and be present and listen, that can do any business in life, because it's 95% mental, yes? But success to me is not just a measure by finance. It's progress, and progress is happiness, and progress mentally, spiritually, physically, financially. So if somebody letting go mental block removal connects spiritually to their own purpose, physically they're feeding their body with nutrition and they love it, and financially it reflects because it's a table, it's 4 legs, yes? We can have one but not another tree. It shows in every aspect of their life the success and happiness and joy, because we are here to be joyful and happy, yes? And do more of what brings us happiness. So I'm not doing insurance, I'm giving people choices and hope and protecting their dreams. And my personal and business goals comes from that, because I have to do the work. I have to look within in my shadows, because we both have good and bad wolves inside, and who I feed daily will be stronger. And we all wake up with the question and doubts and shadows, and one thing that makes difference, how fast we get out of it. That little funeral we have, how short that can be, and we snap out of it and talk what we're going to, not what we're going through necessarily. So even billionaires dealing with that, yes? But stopping to make stories and coming back to our purpose, snapping out of it is the progress.
Interesting. So you measure it more on fulfillment.
Yeah.
Fulfillment.
Joy.
Beyond the financial growth, which is expedient.
It will be a reflection
yeah.
of everything else, yes? Happy goes where happy is, because finance, money, is still energy.
Yeah.
And the definition of money for everybody is different. For me, maybe it's freedom. Maybe it's choices. Maybe it's respect. Yes, maybe it's self-expression. What else can I do that is aligned with the same energy? So the energy, same energy attracts same energy.
That's right.
So then I will be abundant, not just with finance, but with so much.
Interesting. You know, your mission is to develop leaders, create financial security, and also to protect dreams.
Yes.
That protecting dreams, it's you know,
Not easy.
yeah, it's like I would say, I give it to you, right? So, now, can you share an example of how your work has made a lasting impact on someone's life or business?
And you gotta be humble, yes. Well, I try to humble myself, and just yesterday I had 4 of my teammates in a professional training, and we've been asked a question, what's your purpose, what you're leaving behind, and I was watching living through my people that was in the room and sharing, and I was like proud mom. And one of the person was there. He came from Jamaica, and he came and worked in the greenhouses for minimum wage in a heat, in a stroke, and lots of injuries happens and lots of pain happened. And he bought his family. He become manager and he become a client. And we saw the leadership and greatness in him. I saw that he's actually going to start the movement in his own community, and I inspire him to join and get in a field. And it was a ripple effect because he been introduced to but another beautiful lady that is another leader in my team, and she's incredible. So it's like ripple effect who we impact. And he came on the board last April part-time, and all he was doing, standing for greenhouse workers not to be taken advantage by employees, and have the dreams and start being strong. And based of that, I will give you money so they don't have to ship you away when you're not feeling well. You can stay here and fight and stay in this country and bring your family and have a future. And he was so passionate about it, and he was showing up, and I was driving 4 hours to support him and start to speak seminars. In 3 months he made, I'm getting goosebumps, 6 figures. And he bought a car. He's going to have down payment to have a house. Now his kids getting involved. He want to hire his wife, his daughter, and he wants to start a big movement.
Interesting.
Changing in 1 year where he was, and now we invited to Italy from companies coming to it. He never been in Europe with his wife. Starting in a greenhouse, living in those. I've been there. It's heartbreaking. 20 people in the same room, and working hard to send money back home with the big dreams. Every time I'm there, I see potential, and I guide them to turn their own light, because I cannot force people to be in their greatness. They have to make decision.
Interesting. Before I let you go, I want you to tell me, looking ahead now, what legacies do you hope to leave in the industry? How do you plan to continue making a positive impact? Now, I want you to close that with maybe a few words to business viewers. I believe you have 1 or 2 things you want to tell them directly, and at that point I want you to look into the camera and tell them that. So, looking ahead, what legacy do you hope to leave in the industry? And how do you plan to continue making a positive impact?
I believe I'm not perfect. I'm a perfect example of having all these weaknesses, and only thing I want to do is take 1 step at a time in my faith, moving forward and telling God, put me in the right place, right time, for better good of all and harm none. And when it shows me to be in the right place and I'm listening and I'm reflecting, mere reflection to them. Impact I want to leave is that every single person turns the light and dream and follows the joy and happiness in their dream, because if they're empowered, imagine their family, imagine the community, because it all starts from self. If we don't change ourselves, we can't change anybody. And you are whole, perfect, and complete. There is nothing wrong with you. You are miracle, you are magic, you are here to make difference. Believe in yourself, because there's so many people waiting for you to step in your power. The impact you can make in your own community, I cannot do it, he cannot do it. We all have specific gifts, and your gift is very special to you. You're not born here to pay the bills and die. You're here to be perfect you. But all the weaknesses, because people can relate, you are raw, you are real. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be you.
Thank you, Sona Sargis. It's nice having you today on the Business Hub show. And we want to say thank you for the great work you're doing, and keep doing it, and keep making the impact. And I think some other time we hope to have you again as we discuss further on some of the great things and achievements that are actually, she said, it's good to stay humble, and I think it's key. So on that humble note, we want to say thank you for watching the Business Hub show today, viewers. All right. God bless you.